Certain bonds seem destined, as if scripted by the cosmos, hitting us with such force that we can't help but label them fate. Yet, what unfolds when the world seems to stack obstacles in our path, when quiet hints from the universe pile up, softly urging us that something's off? This video beckons you to tune into those faint, sometimes stinging cues, signaling that this connection might not align with your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. We'll dive into how the universe, in its gentle wisdom, mirrors the soul, unveiling truths we often shy away from facing. If you've ever sensed that love should feel freer, truer, and more in sync with your authentic self, stick around. At the end, drop, "I choose the kind of love that lets me be myself," in the comments, a small declaration that could spark a fresh chapter. In Carl Jung's analytical psychology, every relationship is a dynamic collision of two evolving souls. When we speak of cosmic signs suggesting two people aren't meant to stay entwined, we're really talking about subconscious whispers surfacing through symbols, coincidences, and recurring patterns, delicate clues unveiling the soul's deeper truths. Jung taught that we often project unrecognized parts of ourselves onto others, especially early in romance, creating a magnetic pull as if the other person fills our emotional voids. Over time, though, these projections fade, revealing fundamental mismatches. This shift nudges us toward individuation, the process of reconnecting with our core essence, shedding the illusions and expectations we've draped over someone else. The shadow, another key Jungian idea, looms large in troubled relationships. We're often drawn to those who reflect what we suppress within, our pain, fears, old wounds, or buried desires. When a relationship starts mirroring our inner fractures, the universe sends cues that it's time to break the cycle. These signals are gentle invitations to embrace our inner masculine and feminine energies, animus and anima, and to discover within ourselves the completeness we've been chasing in someone else. Once we grasp this, we stop resisting life's natural rhythm and start hearing what our soul truly craves. If you listen closely, the universe is always speaking, and its deepest wish is to see you whole. In many impactful relationships, a subtle yet potent force is at play: projection. For Jung, projection involves casting our unrecognized qualities, fears, ideals, or unresolved pain onto another person. When love is fueled by projection, we're not truly connecting with the other as they are, but with an idealized or warped image we've crafted in our minds. This is one of the first missteps the universe seeks to highlight when a connection isn't meant to last. In the rosy early days, projection feels enchanting. We think we've found the one, someone who gets us effortlessly, stirring parts of us long asleep. It's as if they're the balm for our wounds, the perfect piece to our inner puzzle. But often, this spark isn't a true bond. It's a mirror of our unconscious longings. We fall for the image we've built, not the real person, and that's where trouble brews. As time passes and the rosy glow dims, cracks in the connection emerge. The other person's actions stray from our idealized vision, and behaviors that once felt seamless now jar us. We start questioning why that sense of wholeness is slipping away. Meanwhile, the universe murmurs that this relationship is shining a light on what needs healing within you, not on what you should cling to. Projection isn't a flaw, it's a natural step in psychological growth, amplifying what we haven't yet embraced within ourselves. When we project a need for care, acceptance, or rescue, we're voicing an inner void we hope someone else will fill. Our partner becomes a symbolic hero, embodying qualities we yearn to claim but feel are beyond our reach. Jung urges us to see these projections as doorways to self-awareness, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of who we are. When we begin to notice that we're expecting our partner to provide what only we can cultivate, like self-worth, stability, or a sense of purpose, we take a crucial leap in our journey toward individuation. At this point, the universe amplifies its messages, frequent miscommunications, abrupt moments of clarity that shatter illusions, a lingering emptiness when you're side by side. or even a string of strange coincidences that disrupt the relationship's rhythm. These aren't cosmic punishments but gentle nudges toward awareness, signaling that we're ready to let go of projections, see our partner as a flawed, independent human, and confront our own imperfections without pointing fingers. This shift stings because it demands we dismantle our fantasies, yet it's profoundly freeing, placing the responsibility for our own completeness back in our hands. True love only blossoms between two whole individuals, not two fragments chasing fulfillment. When you embrace this, you open the door to deeper, more intentional connections. If your partner isn't ready to tread this path of emotional growth alongside you, the universe will keep whispering, always nudging you toward growth, even if it means stepping away from someone dear. Love transforms from projection to truth when we fully embrace ourselves, allowing us to choose partners who resonate with our core, not our voids. In every relationship, a quiet drama unfolds beneath the surface, the projection of the shadow. For Jung, the shadow holds everything we push away, our impulses, insecurities, old wounds, grudges, hidden desires, and traits we find unacceptable. When we dive into a passionate relationship, these buried pieces inevitably bubble up. The other person becomes a vivid mirror, reflecting not just what we cherish, but also what we fear or reject within ourselves. When these reflections grow too intense to bear, the universe starts speaking. Recurring conflicts aren't just everyday spats. When the same issues keep resurfacing despite talks and efforts to fix things, it's a powerful clue that the relationship is tangled in unprocessed subconscious material. These patterns, whether it's persistent jealousy, fear of being left, a need to control, or trouble trusting, are the shadow begging for recognition, demanding to be seen and woven into our awareness. Picture someone who repeatedly ends up with partners who leave them feeling unseen or undervalued. This isn't just rotten luck. It might point to a deep-rooted sense of worthlessness, perhaps tied to early life experiences. Instead of seeking validation from a partner to fill that void, Jung encourages us to look inward and ask, what's this pattern revealing about me? The relationship becomes a soul's workshop, and the universe's signs are like small, transformative experiments pushing us toward growth. In these moments, the universe acts like a quiet guide, crafting experiences that force us to face what we've been avoiding. That's why relationships that don't last but leave a heavy emotional mark often stir up our shadow. The intensity of the connection, mixed with ongoing pain, is like a subconscious plea for integration. Signs of the shadow in a relationship often show up as persistent unease, a sense of tiptoeing around each other, arguments that loop back to the same dead ends, or even symbolic moments like unsettling dreams, recurring mishaps, or losses that echo the relationship's struggles. These are the unconscious mind's attempts to break through, urging us to finally see what's been hidden. Ignoring the shadow keeps us stuck in repetitive cycles, but embracing it means realizing that what we criticize in our partner might reflect something unresolved within us. If a relationship stirs up relentless anger, jealousy, neediness, resentment, or fear, it's not necessarily the other person's fault. It's a sign they're touching wounds we already carry, waiting for acknowledgement. The real task is recognizing when a relationship stops fostering mutual growth and turns into a battleground for shadow projections. When both partners are reacting from their shadows, conversations turn defensive, love morphs into strife, and the connection frays as if an unseen current is gently pulling them apart. And indeed, such a force is at work. Choosing yourself at the end of a relationship takes immense courage. On the path of individuation, we're constantly challenged to shed patterns, masks, and ties that distance us from who we truly are. Often, this means admitting that someone we cared for deeply no longer vibrates with our inner growth. Letting go isn't the death of love, but a mature recognition that not every love is built to last. To individuate is to fully become yourself, blending all parts of your psyche, light and shadow, masculine and feminine, instinct and reason, into a life that reflects your truest truth. This journey demands breaks, requiring the bravery to face yourself and see where you're still living for others' expectations, neediness, or illusions of being complete. Holding on to a relationship that no longer aligns with your soul is a betrayal of your own path. The universe, ever rooting for your authenticity, will nudge you forward, even if it hurts. Letting go doesn't mean erasing the past or dismissing what you shared. You can cherish the lessons, feel gratitude for the moments, and still know that moving on is the healthiest step. Individuation is a solitary road, not in the sense of loneliness, but in returning to your own center. Choosing yourself doesn't reject the other. It closes a chapter of projections, dependencies, and patterns that no longer fit. We often feel guilt for walking away, especially when affection lingers and the bond hasn't been shattered by betrayal. But that guilt stems from a learned idea that love means enduring everything. Jung teaches otherwise. True love sets the other free and frees us too. When a connection stifles the soul's growth, love should uplift, not confine. If it feels heavy, something's off, and balance starts with you. Choosing yourself is a radical act. It's recognizing your worth, trusting that your journey matters, and believing that aligning with your truth will open doors to healthier, fuller relationships. But the new can only arrive when there's space, and space comes through release. Letting go carries an ancient power, like the hero's journey, shedding what holds growth back. In the quiet after-parting, you find a chance to reconnect with yourself. That's where true freedom is born, living not for what the other symbolizes, but in harmony with who you are. The universe doesn't conspire to keep illusions alive. It conspires for your truth. This might mean releasing hands that once felt safe, words that once promised forever, and eyes that once felt like home. But the real home was never out there. It's always been inside you. When a relationship stops reflecting your soul and starts weighing it down, the call is clear. It's time to move on, not because love is gone, but out of respect for yourself. The universe speaks, and when you respond with courage, it answers with freedom. Some connections are meant to transform us, not to last forever. When two souls meet, something larger stirs, and sometimes that stirring is an awakening. As we've explored in this video, the universe sends signals when a relationship shifts from a sanctuary to a limitation. These aren't punishments, but invitations to awareness, self-discovery, and the courage to choose yourself. Jungian psychology reminds us that loving isn't about losing yourself in another, but finding yourself through the encounter. When that stops happening, the soul aches, and the universe steps in, guiding us back to ourselves. If you're in one of these cycles, hold this close. Your journey matters, your truth matters, and the love that starts within is the only love that can truly spill over. Subscribe for more content on inner growth and deep psychology. If this resonated, check out the video on your screen now. It's the next step in your journey. You deserve a love that brings you closer to who you are. The universe is speaking. Listen.